So that's another gap that's come down, and it's cascaded all this rock down here. We get the 5-star views from up here, and when you sort of scan across the field you can spot ragwort. This is some here. Hi and welcome to another video. Today's update is just showing you some pre-haymaking tasks, and this one is, you may recognise this yellow flower is ragwort, and so I'm pulling it out by the roots if possible. We have to remove it from the hay meadows because it's poisonous when it was in dry form. If sheep, cows, horses ate it, it causes liver failure, I believe. And when it's in the field, I think that they would just choose to ignore it when it's growing fresh, but when it's dried it becomes a more dangerous thing. So we don't want this in the hay field. So I'm going around pulling it out. It's a lovely afternoon, sun's out again, even though we were forecast rain. So pulling it up, pulling some thistles up as well, and just having a look at things. But anyway, that's it there. So I will pull it up. I'm creating a pile. We'll collect it all together and we'll take it in. So I'm going to look around this field, and I do remember that Dad would often say that there was most of it was in this corner here. So this is where I'm concentrating, but I will have a look through the other fields too. And I will show you what Nick is up to. So Nick is up here. Hello, Nick.
Hello. You alright?
What have you been doing then?
So at the moment I'm just clearing a space to start the end of this wall here.
What happened?
So we put the young cows up here on the moor, and they one of them wanted to get back to its mum and trashed about 8 foot of wall. So we decided that whilst we've got to rebuild this and we've got to put a new fence up, we might as well widen this bit of gateway. So I'm currently rebuilding the end of the wall.
So it's a decent stretch. It is a decent stretch, but yeah, we've put a new gateway in. That's my pile of stuff. This is where the cows live over the winter, most of them, but we've just filled up the bathtubs today. They're having a bit of a snooze, and yeah, this is where they live at the moment. I would say plenty of shade for them here from the sun, plenty of grass and grazing for them, so I would say quite a nice place. In Derbyshire we are due a little bit of rain, hopefully in the next few days, because we do very badly need it. But then come Tuesday next week we could look to start mowing, so I think that's what we're going to do. We started getting the hay machines out the hay barn yesterday. Normally haymaking was very much Dad's thing, that he could get on with without much support from us, apart from getting in the small bales. So we're going into it a bit blind, but we can have a little look at what's growing in this field. This has only been closed up since so there's a bit of ragwort there. This has only been closed up since May the 15th, so it was the last field that we closed up, but you can see it's full of butterflies all floating around, and there's some nice things growing, nice wildflowers and that kind of thing. But yeah, lots of nice things, and it's on like a bit of a scheme where we don't cut it until July for, I think, conservation benefit. And I have already been round and moved any stones, but as you can see, the stone has fallen from the wall up there and it's cascaded all the way down the bank, and that's a fairly new gap, I would say. So that's another gap that's come down, and it's cascaded all this rock down here and then into the mowing field where it's going to be buried. So I've got to fish all the stone out, because if that was to get caught up in the mower, I guess it could cause real problems. So I'm going to go and shift it all, see what I can find, and hopefully get it all cleared out the way so that when we're mowing it's a safe place to mow. And that hay meadow's been shut up for a few weeks longer and it looks a bit of a denser crop. This one not so thick, but we needed the grass. Then over there is my field in reserve for the cows at the moment, and then the next one along needs topping. Maybe I'll get onto that later today. So we've got hay meadow, hay meadow, hay meadow, hay meadow. So I've ended up carrying all these boulders from a varying distance across that field to make a pile up here out the way, whilst looking for ragwort at the same time. I wasn't expecting it to be so warm, so now I'm panting and I'm thirsty, and I'm gonna have to go and get a drink, I think, because it's turned out to be more physical than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to burn this ragwort. We do burn a bit of garden waste, so that's that job. What's next, Nick?
So we're going to top that field, get the topper on. Got to move a few things out of the way first, and then we'll be off. So on one of our last videos, someone recommended that we should grease the bearings before we use it each time, and it sounded like very good advice. So I thought I'll try and find where to grease them, and if you can see here, they're so mucked up you wouldn't even know there's a grease nipple in there. But this is what it looks like after you clear it. So I found a little tool, and I'm just trying to scoop the grease out so I can get in there and get some grease in.
Grease is such a strange thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It looks like lamb poo.
It does. Not quite as toffee-like.
So I am topping the field, following the advice to go anti-clockwise followed by clockwise. So I think that's what I'm doing. It looks better than it did last time, and I'm trying to keep going in a straight line. I think I'm doing all right. So this morning we are going to move the Highland cows as they've got no grass. They let us know they were fed up. So our one field in reserve for them is the one at the top of there where Nick installed the new gateway. So we're just going to go and open that up and then prepare things down at the farm to let them through. Another opportunity to marvel at your well-hung gate. Very neat, Nick.
I
Maybe
must say we've not finished this bit yet.
Maybe the tidy up operation's not
This
quite
is not
complete.
what I meant when I said stoning under the gateway.
So this is the field in reserve for the cows, which has been shut off for a bit. So hopefully they're gonna enjoy that, and if they're not happy then we'll have to put them a bale in. And sheep are over there. We've just shut them up there for now. So it rained last night, but the sun's trying to come out again today. I guess that's why horns are useful.
Yeah.
To hook branches.
Go, Francis. Come on. Come on.
We're getting there finally. So in they go. It is one of life's simple pleasures, moving your stock onto fresh grazing and looking at them enjoying it. I have just finished topping this field and we are having a little bit more rain, so that's very exciting. And to the side of me and behind me are the mowing fields. The forecast is looking good for next week. We can start mowing from the 5th, I think, of July under our scheme. So it's all systems go for next week, and I guess the next video from me, hopefully, we will be haymaking. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye.